Hello everyone and welcome to Theta Sigma's Doctor Who podcast number 32. This week we draw to a close our series on the crowded TARDIS with a look at Adric, as played by Matthew Waterhouse. Matthew Waterhouse was born on the 19th of December 1961 and is the English actor and writer best known for his role as Adric in Doctor Who. Waterhouse was born in Hertford in Hertfordshire, but brought up in Haywards Heath in Sussex. The son of a solicitor, he was educated at St Wilfrid's Primary School, West Sussex, and the Shoreham Grammar School. Waterhouse was a great fan of Doctor Who in his younger days, claiming that he was obsessed with the show. Adric himself was a companion of Tom Baker and Peter Davison's Doctors from 1980 to 1982. Matthew Waterhouse was the youngest actor to play a companion, and had only appeared in one television drama prior to being appointed in the role. He played the role of schoolboy Brierly in the BBC Two adaptation of To Serve Them All My Days, and it was only shortly before he filmed his appearance in this miniseries that he found out he'd secured the role of Adric. Waterhouse had returned to the sphere of Doctor Who and took part in the audio commentaries for the DVD releases of Earthshock and The Visitation, released in 2003 and 2004 respectively. He also provided commentary for The Keeper of Traken, released in 2007 as part of the New Beginnings box set. Though released separately, all commentaries were recorded in the same week, as noted by Waterhouse in his commentary for The Keeper of Traken. More recently, in late 2008, he made an audio commentary jointly with Peter Davison, Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton for the DVD releases of Four to Doomsday and Black Orchid. And he also talks about his complete tenure on the show in the featurette The Boy with the Golden Star, dedicated to Adric on the Warrior's Gate DVD. On the 31st of July 2013, Big Finish Productions announced via their Facebook page that Matthew Waterhouse would be returning to play the role of Adric in a series of 5th Doctor audio plays, beginning in 2014. Waterhouse guested on a number of shows after it was announced that he would be playing Adric. This included Saturday Night at the Mill and Top of the Pops with Dave Lee Travis. He also guested on Peter Davison's This Is Your Life and Children in Need with a range of Doctor Who actors. Waterhouse's only film appearance to date was in the 1986 sci-fi thriller The Killing Edge. In 1996 he made the science fiction pilot drama Ghostlands for MJTV Productions and played the character Tom alongside actors Sylvester McCoy and Jacqueline Pearce. Waterhouse has appeared in a wide range of theatre productions in the UK and has appeared in the Shakespeare productions A Midsummer Night's Dream as Puck, Twelfth Night as Fabian, as well as Macbeth and Hamlet in the title role. He also appeared in 3 productions of I Am David, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, Brighton Beach Memoirs, Peter Pan and the Torch Song Trilogy. In August 2006, Waterhouse self-published his debut novel, Fates, Flowers, A Comedy of New York. The book was republished in June 2010 by Hearst Books, along with 2 other books released later that year, Vanitas, A Comedy of New York, and his personal memoir, Blue Box Boy. Waterhouse also wrote and appeared in his own one-man show, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which was directed by actor Murray Melvin, who played Billis Manger in Torchwood in 2007. In February 2011, it was announced that Waterhouse was guest starring in the Dark Shadows audio drama The Creeping Fog as John Cunningham. That was released on the 30th of June that year. But what of the character of Adric himself? Adric first appears in the 4th Doctor serial Full Circle. Attempting to escape from the mysterious mistfall threatening his community, he stumbles across and finds refuge in the TARDIS, which has been drawn into E-space via a wormhole-like phenomena. He's stowed away when the Doctor, Romana and K9 Mark II left Alzirius and becomes a companion in the following serial State of Decay, accompanying them on the rest of their adventures in E-space. Adric remains with the Doctor when Romana and K9 Mark II leave and the TARDIS finds its way back into its own universe. With a brilliant mathematical mind and sporting a star-shaped badge made of blue enamel with a gold backing for mathematical excellence, Adric is also very aware of his own intelligence. This, coupled with a relative immaturity, leads to a personality that's abrasive and occasionally crosses over into arrogance. As a result of that, Adric is one of the least popular or even most hated of the Doctor's companions amongst fans of the show. However, it's obvious that Adric is desperately seeking validation from the Doctor as well as those around him, and is often hurt and resentful if he feels he's being sidelined or is unable to contribute. As an Alzarian, Adric is a member of a species of extremely adaptable people, theoretically capable of genetically evolving to suit any environment, although it's unknown if his particular substrain is capable of this. It is known that he possesses an inhumanly rapid rate of healing, although not to the extent that he can regenerate amputated body parts. Adric is present when, during the events of Logopolis, the Fourth Doctor falls from the Pharos Project radio telescope and regenerates into his fifth incarnation. He continues to travel in the TARDIS along with new companions Nyssa and Tegan, but his travels come to an end in Earthshock when he tries to stop a Cyberman-controlled freighter from crashing into the planet Earth. The navigation controls have been locked by logic codes, and Adric is entering the solution to the last code when the computer is destroyed by a dying Cyberman. He dies in the crash while his crewmates watch in horror on the TARDIS view screen. His last words before the explosion kills him are, "Now I'll never know if I was right." Adric also dies not knowing that the freighter he was trying to stop was actually destined to be the meteor that would wipe out the dinosaurs. Adric's death affects his companions deeply. In Time Flight, Tegan tries to persuade the Doctor to go back in time and save him, but the Doctor refuses to break the laws of time, even though it obviously pains him. The Seraphim try to use an illusion of Adric, pleading that if they travelled any further they would kill him, an effort by the Seraphim to stop Nyssa and Tegan from travelling further in the same story. But they see through the deception when they realise that Adric is still wearing his badge, which the Doctor had used previously to destroy a Cyberman, and travelling forth giving Adric another illusory death scene. Adric also appears as a hallucination at the end of the Caves of Androzani, and his name is the last word that the Fifth Doctor says before regenerating. Of course, as we heard earlier in the show, Adric will be returning to the fold, so to speak, in a series of Big Finish audios next year. Now, I'll openly admit to being one of the haters of Adric, and for many years I wasn't that much of a Matthew Waterhouse fan either. But I also admit to my heart jumping a little when I heard that Waterhouse was returning to the role, and to be honest, I'm looking forward to what Big Finish will be doing with the character. And that's all we have time for this week. As always, I hope you've enjoyed listening, and if you have any feedback, please feel free to email me at respectthething@outlook.com. So until next week, when we get back to our Sometimes series looking at the Master and the actors who've played him, with a close look at John Sims' Master, it's goodbye from me, and it's...
Goodbye, my boy. You did quite well. Quite well. It's reassuring to know that my future is in safe hands.
Thank you for listening to Theta Sigma's Doctor Who podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all copyright and property of the BBC, and no infringement is intended.